Okay, so now we will talk about subject pronouns and the conjugations in Spanish. And this lesson is going to be divided into two parts. So let's try it out. So the word for I in Spanish is yo. Yo, I. Yo, I. Yo. So yeah, this one is very simple. Yo, I. So if you say I go, you would say yo voy. Then go is the verb. We will learn about them in this lesson too. So yes, the first one is yo, the most basic one, yo. And the next one is tú, which means you. Tú, you. Don't forget to put the accent on the letter U. Tú, you. Tú, tú. Simple. The third one is there are three types. Él, which means he. Ella, which means she. And there's also usted. Usted means you, but formal. For example, we have tú, which means you, but tú is rather informal. You use tú whenever you're talking to your friends or your classmates or somebody who you treat informally. And you use usted whenever you're talking to your boss, maybe a teacher, somebody who you have to give more like formal respect. So this one is usted. So tú is informal, informal you. Usted is formal you. So on this category we have three. Él, which means he. Ella, she. And usted. And the reason why these three are together is because they borrow the same conjugation. So whenever you're going to conjugate a word, these three will use the exact same conjugation. For example, if I say, I eat, it would be he, she, you formal, eat. So yeah, so we basically use the same conjugation on the same line. That's why the three are together. Él, he, ella, she, usted, you formal. And the next one is nosotros and nosotras, which means we all. Nosotros means we, but it's for masculine. And nosotras is for feminine. And if you have a mixed group of masculine and feminine, you would use nosotros, because the masculine form takes precedence over mixed groups, mixed genders. So yes, nosotros, we all. Nosotras, we all, female. So yes, nosotros, masculine and mixed. Nosotras, feminine. And the next one would be vosotros and vosotras. And this one means you all, but this one is only used in Spain. So if you go to a Latin American country, you will not hear people use these ones. But in Spain, yes, you will. So yes, they mean you all. Vosotros is you all, but masculine and mixed. Oh, vosotros, you all. And vosotras is only for female. So yes, female, you all, but female. So yes, vosotros takes precedence over mixed, and it's also used for masculine. You all, vosotros. Vosotras, you all, female. And the next one we have is ellos, ellas, ustedes. So ellos means they, masculine. Ellas means they, female. And ustedes, you all. So yeah, once again, ellos, they. It can be masculine or mixed. Ellos, they. Those people there. Ellos, they. Ellas, only when you have female, when they're all female. Ellas, they, female. Ustedes, you all. But yeah, and so basically you, plural. You, plural. So ustedes is very similar to vosotros and vosotras, but the difference is that people in Spain will use vosotros, vosotras for referring to you all, while people in Latin American countries will use ustedes. And if you go to Spain and you use ustedes, everybody will understand anyways. So yeah, I think the easiest one to go with is ustedes, because the biggest part of the world population uses ustedes. Of the Spanish-speaking population will use ustedes, and everybody understands anyways. If you use vosotros or vosotras and you're in a Latin American country, not so many people, you might find people who will not understand it. So by default, maybe go for ustedes. Okay, so let's try one more time. Here we have yo, I, tú, you, tú. Then we have él, he, ella, she, usted, you, formal, a formal version of you. And the next one, nosotros or nosotras, we all, male, female, mix for male. And the next one, vosotros or vosotras, you all, but only used in Spain. You all, masculine, mixed, or female, vosotras. And then we have ellos, they, masculine or mixed, ellas, they, female, and ustedes, you all. Ustedes, you all. So yeah, so the reason why él, ella, and usted are together, as well as ellos, ellas, ustedes, you can kind of see a pattern there, is because they borrow the same conjugation. And we're going to talk about that right now. So let's look at the first verb we have, which is the most basic one, which is ser. Ser. And ser means to be. Ser, to be. And the conjugations could be a little tricky, but I have exactly the life hack you want. So what you want is to get a conjugator. So let's look for a conjugator. I personally recommend using this one called Spanish Dict. So the way it works is that you type any word, any verb that you want to know. For example, ser, which means to be. And here we go. Here we get to be. And you can actually look into the dictionary. You can click on them. It will give you more examples. You can click on everything, actually, on most things. And it will give you examples. For example, to be. And yeah, it tells you there's a lot of information here. And let me actually zoom in a little bit. And the part where we want to know, where we want to go, is this one called conjugation. So we click on conjugation, and here we get all of the conjugations. So the part where we want to focus on right now is the indicative present, which means things that are happening right now. For example, yo soy means I am. Yo soy. Then we have tú eres, you are. Él, ella, usted es. He, she, you formal is. Nosotros somos, we are. Vosotros sois. Ellos, ellas, ustedes son. So they are. So basically, here we get all of the conjugations. If you want to know how to say I am, you are, he or she is, so you just basically check them out here. Yo soy, tú eres. And this one includes all of the conjugations from the most basic ones to the most advanced ones. And at the moment, we will focus on the indicative present. There's also preterite, which is things that happen in the past. I was, yo fui, I was. The imperfect, I was being. The conditional, I would be. The future, I will be. So yes, there's a lot of vocabulary in this one, lots of things. And there's also this part which says include vos. And vos is used as a way of saying you. And it's only used in some parts of Latin America. For example, I had some friends from Nicaragua and Honduras, and they would actually use vos sometimes. So vos also means you. For example, vos sos, you are. But if you basically go for tú eres, everybody would understand. So it's not like, oh, you're not saying vos, I don't understand you. So you only using tú is understandable in 100% of the cases. So yes, vos, some people might say it. And the reason why I'm telling you about vos is if you go to one of those countries, people might say vos. And you're gonna be like, whoa, what does vos mean? So just so you know, there's that other conjugation that is used in some parts of Latin America. So yes, vos, sos, and other ones. And here we have some participles. And for example, siendo, the present one is siendo. It's kind of like saying I was being. Yo siendo, I was being. The past, yo he sido, I have been. And this one is easier if we try another one. For example, let's try to go. We can type it both in English or Spanish. So if we type to go in English, we get it in English. I go, you go, we go. So we basically have to click here on the Spanish one to switch to Spanish, and then conjugation. And yeah, here we have yendo. So basically, when you have a word that ends in ndo, a verb, it's kind of like saying going, yendo, going. And the past, ido, I have gone, ido. So ndo words are the English equivalent of ing. So yes, here we have a lot of other conjugations. Yo voy, tú vas, vos, if you're using vos, we can take it out. Él, ella, usted va, nosotros vamos. So here you get all the conjugations, and this is very important for you to practice. And if you ever want to know, hey, how do I say I will be? No, that's not a good example. I played. You can just check them out. So for example, let's try play in English. Then we click on jugar, which is the translation, and conjugation. So let's say with I play. Yo juego, right here. Yo juego. I play. Yo juego. And here we go. If we go to participles once again, we have jugando. So remember, ndo is the English equivalent of ing. So if you say estoy jugando, it will mean I am playing. Yo estoy, I am, and then you have jugando, playing. So it basically works the same way as in English. You conjugate to be, to I am, yo soy, and then playing, ing, jugando. Yo estoy jugando. Yo estoy, I am, yo estoy jugando, playing. So yes, hopefully this will make it much more easier for you to learn Spanish, and we will use this conjugator a lot actually. And my best recommendation is that you download it as an app. So if you go to the App Store, it works on Android, iOS. Let's check it out. Let's see, Spanish. You can search for Spanish Dict. Let's hope it works. And it will be this one, Spanish Dict Translator. So you can click on this one, and my recommendation is to download it, and you will always be able to get the conjugations, I believe, for this. Let's see if there are conjugations. Yes, right here. They have the conjugations part. So this will actually make your Spanish learning experience way, way better, way, way smoother, much better, much more comfortable than just having to remember all of the conjugations. Whenever you want to know how to say something, you can go for the conjugator. So yes, that's my biggest recommendation. So I'm actually going to pause this right here, and we will go to the second part after this one. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the second part.